Hello lovely people, welcome to my YouTube channel as we share more recipes. Today we have a new thing we are trying. We are making tripe or matumbo stew. Wash your matumbo very well, place it in a sufuria, add enough water and put all your spices at this point of the cooking. That is salt, soy sauce, oil, everything that you need, just place it in there so that it can boil with the tripe and get the taste infused. We'll be using 3 tomatoes, 1 bell pepper, an onion and coriander. We are keeping it simple. As you know, this is simple cooking. We're using ingredients that are very available and that can be accessed and also are very cheap or affordable, if you can put it in that way. And after 45 minutes my tripe is well done. As you can see, I'll go in with my cooking stick, and because I placed oil while I was boiling it, when the water is over in it, it doesn't start to burn, instead it starts to fry, you see. So it's good to put oil during the initial point of boiling, and also it helps the oil to infuse in the matumbo. And this is a very simple recipe, a recipe that can be used also for your meat. If you love simple, yeah, this is your go-to recipe. And yeah, it's a nice recipe and a very simple one. Don't forget to stir regularly. It has a tendency to stick on your sufuria, especially if you're using a steel sufuria. That's not an issue when you're using a non-stick one, because it doesn't stick. Just when you're using the steel one, that's when you have to go in regularly with your cooking stick. We're going to add in our onions. I had to add another onion because the one that I showed you initially, I didn't feel like it was enough. And for onions, you can go overboard with the onions. Use as much as you want and use according to your taste, whatever. If you want, if you love having onion, use as much as you want. We're going in with a wooden spoon and going to stir. Make sure you stir very well so that the onions can be infused into the oil and into the tripe. Yeah, don't be lazy in the kitchen. Don't stir. That is why we're having the wooden spoon. That is the work of the wooden spoon and your hand. Let it fry while stirring till your onions are well done. Some people love when their onions are like they turn golden brown, or when they're still fresh and not well cooked. Do what your taste wants. Do it according to you. It's your kitchen, so you have control of what you want. I'm going in with my tomatoes, and as you can see, they look colorful. They're very red and very colorful. I'm going to cover it so that they can cook with the steam, and it will be easier to be incorporated and to turn it into a paste, because hey, I really don't like uncooked chunks of tomatoes in my food. I have never liked that, but if you like that, then well and good. Everyone has very different tastes. We can't all be the same and like the same things, so you have to do what you like, because it's your food, and food makes some of us happy, if not all of us. So you have to have that which you like, that which makes you happy. I'm going in with my cooking stick and stirring, making sure the tomatoes are well crushed, because we don't want to see that. So you're making sure it is well crushed and well done. And because I placed salt initially while boiling, I don't need to add any more salt. And I'll also advise you, just place your salt while you're boiling. your meat or whatever. I think it's better that way. It's better that way. That's what I do, so I don't have to add anymore. And also for the spices, I placed all my spices initially, so I don't have to add more, maybe just the green ones. I'm going in with my bell pepper, my coriander. We're going to stir. Bell peppers and coriander are so nice. Apart from giving the food great color, they're also very tasty. But if you don't like them, you can just stop at the tomatoes part. You don't have to add them. And if you love more greens, you can add anything that you want. Cucumbers, everything, even pepper. I am not a fan of pepper, so chili, that is chili. I am not a very big fan of chili. That's why I really don't use it. But if you're a fan of chili, you can also add that. We're gonna let it cook. Just look at that. We are going to go in with our wooden spoon again. The kitchen is not meant for the lazy people. You have to do a little bit of work to get your result. I'm going to add in some water. I love some soup. I love some soup, even though not so much. Little soup. I love soup so much. So I'm going to add even a little more, not so much. We don't want watery soup over here. And there you have it. Just look at that. And then I am going to cover it and let the water boil. The water that I've added combine with my tripe to form a very rich soup, a very rich stew. Is it soup? No, it can't. Can it be really soup? Maybe stew, because it's not that much. If it would have been that much, it would have been soup. So it's just a little stew. And just look at that. It's very done. Very, very done. And it's very beautiful. And there we have it on our plate. Very beautiful matumbo. You can serve it with ugali, rice, chapati, anything that you want. You can have it with that matumbo. And it's very, very tasty. You should try it. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe.